Welcome, friend. In a world full of noise, may this moment be your gentle pause. Today, we'll explore a teaching that invites stillness, clarity, and inner peace. Do you ever find yourself wishing for a life without problems, a path that is always smooth and easy? It is a very natural human desire to seek comfort and avoid pain. We often see challenges as interruptions to our peace. We see them as obstacles that stand in the way of our happiness. But what if they are not obstacles at all? What if every difficulty, every setback, holds a hidden gift? The Buddha taught that we can learn to turn challenges into opportunities for profound growth. This is not about pretending that pain does not hurt. It is about learning to look at our difficulties with new eyes, with the eyes of wisdom and compassion. Let us begin this journey together, learning to see our struggles not as walls, but as doors to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our lives. May you find comfort here. The first step is to change our perspective. In the Buddhist view, adversity is not a mistake or a punishment. It is an unavoidable and even necessary part of life. Life, by its very nature, is impermanent. Everything changes. Moments of joy pass and moments of difficulty arise. This is the natural rhythm of existence. When we resist this flow, we create our own suffering. We cling to pleasure and push away pain, and in that struggle, we find tension and sorrow. But a challenge, when it appears, is a powerful teacher. It wakes us up from our slumber. It forces us to pay attention to the present moment. It is in the heart of the struggle that we are given the chance to practice patience. You cannot learn true patience when everything is going your way. Patience is the quiet space we create between a difficult event and our response to it. It is the gentle breath that says, I can be with this without reacting. Hardship also teaches us resilience. Think of a blacksmith forging a sword. The steel must be heated in a blazing fire and struck with a heavy hammer. It is this intense process of fire and pressure that transforms a simple piece of iron into a strong, sharp, and useful blade. Without the fire, it would remain weak. In the same way, our character is forged in the fires of adversity. Each challenge we face with courage and awareness tempers our spirit, making us stronger. These difficulties also reveal the truth of our shared humanity. Your pain is not yours alone. It is a part of the human experience, felt by countless others. Recognizing this connects us. It dissolves the illusion of separation and becomes the fertile ground for compassion to grow in our hearts. So when a challenge arises, try not to ask, why is this happening to me? Instead, you might gently ask, what is this here to teach me? See the challenge as a revered teacher who has come to offer you a precious lesson in patience, resilience, or compassion. Bow to your teacher. By accepting adversity as a teacher, you have already taken the first step toward transforming its energy from something that harms to something that heals. May you see the teacher in your life. Once we accept that challenges are teachers, how do we face them without being overwhelmed? The key is not to fight the storm, but to find the calm center within it. When a difficulty arises, our first instinct is often an emotional reaction. We feel fear, anger, despair, or blame. This is the first arrow of suffering, but then we often add a second arrow. We judge ourselves for feeling that way, we get angry about our anger, or we become anxious about our fear. This second arrow is the suffering we create for ourselves through our reaction. The Buddha taught that while we cannot always avoid the first arrow, the second is optional. The way to avoid the second arrow is to cultivate a calm, observant mind. When a challenge appears, pause. Take a deep breath. Give yourself space. This pause is an act of great power. In that space, you can choose to respond with wisdom instead of reacting with emotion. Use your wisdom to look at the situation clearly. What is actually happening, without the story I am telling myself about it? What are the facts? What part of this is within my control, and what part is not? We waste so much energy trying to change things we cannot influence. Focus your energy gently, like a focused beam of light, only on what you can do. Even if it is just one small action, one kind word, or one deep breath. This is where the lighthouse shows us the way. The lighthouse does not try to calm the storm. It does not fight the waves or push back the wind. It simply stands firm in its foundation and shines its light. Its job is not to stop the storm, but to provide guidance through it. Your wisdom is that lighthouse. Your calm, clear awareness is that light. It doesn't need to solve the entire problem at once. It just needs to shine on the next step. When you face a challenge with this calm wisdom, you are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You become an active participant in your own life. You stop feeding the problem with fear and anger. Instead, you bring the soothing balm of presence and clarity to the situation. This does not mean the pain will vanish instantly, but it will not be amplified by a storm of your own making. You hold it with kindness. Practice this stillness in small moments. When you feel irritated in traffic, pause. When you feel anxious about a deadline, breathe. Each small moment of mindful response builds the strength you need for larger storms. You are training your mind to be a sanctuary. Remember the lighthouse in your heart. Let it shine its steady light, no matter how great the storm outside may seem. May you find your inner light. We have seen how to accept adversity as a teacher and how to meet it with wisdom. Now we come to the most beautiful part of the path, the great transformation. This is where our deepest pain, when held with awareness, becomes the very source of our awakening. This is the alchemy of the heart. In Buddhism, there is a powerful and beautiful symbol for this process. It is the lotus flower, a symbol of purity, wisdom, and enlightenment. Where does the lotus flower grow? It does not grow on a pristine mountaintop or in a manicured garden. The lotus grows from the mud. Its roots are deep in the murky, smelly, decaying matter at the bottom of the pond. It is this mud that provides the essential nutrients for the lotus to grow. Without the mud, there would be no lotus. This is a profound teaching. The mud is our human suffering, our challenges, our heartbreaks, our fears. We often try to escape our mud. We want to clean it up, hide it, or pretend it is not there. We think we can only find peace once we are free from it. But the path of awakening teaches us to embrace the mud. It is the very soil, the raw material, for our spiritual growth. Your past wounds, your present difficulties, are not obstacles to your enlightenment. They are the ingredients for it. They are the nourishment for your lotus. When you look at your pain with mindful awareness, you are shining the sun on the mud. You are watering the seed of wisdom within you. The lotus takes the muck and mess and transforms it into something of exquisite beauty and purity. It rises above the water, unstained by the mud from which it came. Your heart has this same capacity. It can take the heaviest experiences of your life and transform them into wisdom, compassion, and peace. This transformation also gives birth to true compassion. When you have found the lotus in your own mud, you see the potential for a lotus in everyone's mud. You no longer see a person's anger or fear. You see their mud, their suffering. And you know that within them, a flower is waiting to bloom. Your own healed wounds become a source of healing for others. Your own journey through the darkness becomes a light for those who are lost. Do not despise your mud. Honor it. It is the sacred ground from which your most beautiful qualities will emerge. May your inner lotus bloom, so do not be afraid of challenges. They are not here to break you. They are here to break you open. Open to more strength, more wisdom, and more love. Like the mythical phoenix, we can rise from the ashes of our past struggles, reborn with greater strength and beauty. Our suffering becomes our liberation. Every time you choose presence over panic, wisdom over reactivity, and compassion over judgment, you are turning challenges into opportunities. I invite you to reflect on one challenge in your life that, looking back, you can see was a powerful teacher. How did it help you grow? Share your story if you feel called to. Your experience is a teaching for all of us. It reminds us that we are all on this journey of transformation together. Thank you for being here. If this teaching brought you calm or insight, consider sharing it with one person or many. May you walk gently today with peace in your heart. Until next time.